Hey guys, welcome back. It's Erica, and today I want to share a little quote with you. Comparison is the thief of joy. Have you ever heard this before? It's been attributed to many different people, including American President Theodore Roosevelt and British author C.S. Lewis. But today I'd like to share it with you. Comparison is the thief of joy. I don't know if you've experienced this. I think at one point in our lives or another, we are happy with what we're doing, and then all of a sudden we find out what other people are doing, and we're not happy anymore. And what did cause us joy at some point has now been stolen away by jealousy or comparison or whatever you want to call it. This reminds me of a time years ago when I was working in Iraq as a contractor. My life had just kind of fallen apart, and I got this great job being paid 4 or 5 times maybe what I'd been making previously, and I was thrilled. I got my offer letter, I was making a lot of money, and then I got to Iraq and I started talking to some other contractors and found out that they were making more than me, and all of a sudden I was no longer happy with this ridiculous salary. It's crazy, right? Really, comparison is the thief of joy. So here are 3 things that will help you from falling into that trap of comparing yourself to others. Number 1, connect back to your own personal goals and your motivations for doing something. Well, it's really difficult, I'll admit, if you see somebody who is achieving a goal that you have and you're not quite there yet. I understand that, but maybe you have a different process. But either way, connect back to your goals and motivations, because a lot of times I think that I struggle when I see people who are just killing it at something. They've got this many students, they're working this many hours, they're making this much money, but then I have to pull back and say, oh, my intention was never to go full-time with this. This is something that is not a full-time job for me. And so it makes no sense for me to compare myself to somebody who is going for that full-time goal. So that's number 1. Are you even trying to achieve the same goals? Do you have the same motivations as the person that you're comparing yourself to? And number 2, connect back to your style and your values. So again, thinking to online teaching. So if you see these people that are doing all these like amazing lessons and they're using ManyCam and they've got all these fancy EDB files on Classin, and that's just not your style, you just like to keep things really simple, be happy with that. I'm sure your students love it. The students you have attracted are attracted to you and your style, something authentic in you, and they see that. And connecting back to your values, to me, it means thinking about my life situation, kind of thinking about my own goals beyond teaching. And one of them for me is completing my master's degree. And I've taken some time off to get my business started, but now in January it is time to go back, because that is something that is valuable to me, it matters to me, and I need to make space for that. And so I can't compare myself to teachers who aren't doing that. I can't try to teach all of these students and spend a lot of time on marketing and a bunch of other things if I just don't have that time. It's not fair. I know as much as it's not fair to myself, let me say. It's just not realistic to try to compare yourself to somebody in a totally different situation who maybe has different values than you. Number 3, take time each day to reflect and to still your mind. This came to me from good friends and family members that I talked to this week who, in their own way, basically encouraged me to do these things. When we are going a million miles an hour and we're, again, talking in the context of online teaching, we're trying to get students, we're talking to parents, we're doing marketing, we're learning new skills, we're trying out new classroom platforms, we're replacing our headphones because the other ones died in the middle of a class. That's really specific, but true story. It's really easy to just forget where you started, right? At some point, you started this with 0 students, maybe 0 skills teaching online. But if you're watching this video, it's likely that you've come further now. You've progressed. and connect back. This isn't hokey. This isn't like your mom telling you, like, you're good enough and I love you because you're mine. Like, that feels great. Thanks, Mom. But no, really, I want you to think right now, just like close your eyes and think about where you started. And I want you to think about and recognize where you've come. You can write this down. You cannot write this down. I'm not really going to prescribe anything specific here, but take stock of your life. Your teaching life, take stock of your personal life too. I think that's helpful. But really think about where you started. And yes, maybe you're not as far along as other people, but you're further along than you were. And there is something to that. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. I heard that a couple of times yesterday. My whole life, people are always telling me, you're too hard on yourself. Just take it easy. I don't know if I'll ever be able to take it easy, but I can definitely be kinder to myself. And I want you to do that too. This isn't some kind of, Instagram meme. I mean it. Trust me, you will start feeling better when you start taking stock of what's going on in your own life and just realizing where you started and where you are now. Okay, let's be honest. Some of you are thinking, okay, great, I get it. I'm not supposed to be comparing myself to other people. I need to think about my own goals, my own motivations, my own values. I need to take time to be thankful. I need to do me. You need to do you. I get it, but great. I'm not where I want to be. What do I do? Well, I'm going to give you some tough love. I hope you're ready for it. I'll give you a little context. A couple decades ago, I was going through a rough relationship situation. We'll just say that. And I was not moving into acceptance. Things were not going to be the way I wanted them to be. And I was kind of crying and complaining to a dear friend about it. And John Castine, if you ever see this video, gosh, it's been so long, but thank you. I want to thank you for the advice that you gave me that day. And I want to give this advice now to all of you. And that was, this is your life now. What are you going to do about it? And it sounds so simple, but it was really profound. And it actually caused me to be really angry at John when he said it to me, because it felt so heartless. But guys, it really was time for me to move on and just start getting my life going, because I was completely just stalling and stagnating. And I think it can be like that sometimes when we feel like we've hit a wall. I know in a way I felt like I've kind of hit a wall with my independent teaching business. But if I take time, again, this is where we connect back to number 3, take some time to reflect, be still, take stock, be grateful, realize where you've started. But then we have to think a little bit outside that. What is within your control? Do you have contacts? Do you have certain resources? Maybe you need to build some skills, but likely, I think you probably have most of everything that you need to keep moving forward towards your goals. So take stock. This is your situation. You are in it. It is not going to change unless you do something. So what are you going to do? I know it sounds so simple, but let it just sink in. Like truly, take some time today and let it sink in. As we come to the end of this year, I think we're all kind of in that kind of pensive mood. Maybe we're taking stock of 2021. This would be a great time to really kind of focus in on your goals and what you want to do with your teaching business. So I hope this has been helpful advice, and leave some comments below. Like, how are you guys doing? I always want to know. It's like we're having coffee. How are you guys doing? What are some things you're really struggling with? Like, let's get real here. Let's support each other in this. Let's be a community and really, help each other out and be kind. Be kind to each other, be kind to yourself, but get moving, because this is your life, and what are you going to do with it? It's up to you. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.